Remember?
I know. And that's fine. I want you to. But just remember, Kathy, I know that I'm continuing to go, and I know that you quit doing repetitions anytime you want to.
When you say 30, we stop at 30. You keep going.
Exactly. Anyway, so I digress here. So to get warmed up, I'm gonna simply pick up a tea towel, number one. Now, I don't know if I have used these a lot, weighted balls. Like for instance, this is not our weight loading day. I understand that. However, mobility is human beings, unlike many other creatures. We carry things. We have the ability to carry things. That is a functional like task. So this, for instance, is a 10-pound ball. Okay, some of you may not want to do that. Okay, this is a 6-pound. Then I have a 4-pound, etc. If you have a weighted ball, well, we're going to use it a little bit. I have a tea towel. I have my stepping pad. And listen, and then on the stepping pad for our mobility day, for sure, anytime you're going to step on the mobility, this unstable surface, which is a pillow. This is a foam pillow made just for stepping on, sitting on, etc. But anytime you're going to step into, especially with your feet, bare feet, a pad that is mushy, you have to be prepared for the possibility that it's going to throw you. Okay, it could be many things. The most of which is simply leaning too far forward, and then when you step on a spongy surface, it throws you. So I've gone over this many times as far as your posture when you step into a very compliant surface, meaning a pad. Okay, if you have this to start with, it will greatly facilitate you not falling or losing your balance, etc. Okay, so I'm going through right now. I got my tea towel. I got my little broom handle, mop handle, and I'm stepping. Okay, now I've been using this third point of contact thus far, just because I'm getting a readout. See, every time I step, I'm getting a readout of my proprioceptive centers. Is in the brain, it's in your eyesight, it's in your hearing, it's in your nerves. And whenever that you step back, if you have a tendency to overlean, as I do, because this is my hip replaced side, that's going to facilitate a possible over or under balancing, and then that's when you have to check yourself. See? So now I'm going to continue to step in here because I'm just doing a different kind of a warm-up. I'm stepping barefooted into a pad. And here's the biggest thing I would caution you with right now is going too fast, because you start just saying, oh, she's just stepping on the pad, let me just step, and you don't think, then you over or under lean, and it throws you. That's why I want you to have this in your hand. Now, you might not have noticed the first couple of, well, more than a couple, well, probably 20 steps that I've done, I did with the bar on the ground. Okay, The next ones I'm doing with the bar hovering. So my shoulders are down. I'm slowing down. I'm breathing through the nose. And I am not leaning with my chin out and my back rounded and my shoulders rounded. Okay. So, but when I step up on this, I'm noticing for myself that if I'm not thinking about it, see, I over lean on this side. Okay. So I'm really working at that because that's one of the things that will cause you to lose your balance at some point and fall, is this waddle that we start to do, especially if we've had joints replaced. So just be mindful of it. Okay, I'm going to switch my little bar. Okay, I'm going to say rib cage up, shoulders down. I'm going to keep my knees soft. And you saw me put my pole down. Okay, when I come into here, if I start to overlean or I start to lock my leg, and I don't want to do either. Okay, so I'm cautioning you about the perils of stepping into a very unstable surface with a bare foot. Then you add on to that, you're just getting warmed up, and you've had injuries. Let's say you have, you know, as I do, joints replaced. Let's say your foot is giving you problems. Okay, you start favoring, you start using your foot differently, using your knee differently, leaning differently. So see, every time I step up right now and I put this foot on this side up here, I'm catching myself so that I don't over lean. Okay, and some of you may find that you do that. Take a big deep breath. Now I'm going to step up. I'm going to step forward and then come back and over. Okay, so I've got my little pole, and or I can have my hand on a wall. Okay, if I can't get a pole to help me with my balance situation as I step over and back. So this is a mobility move that is so underrated to be able to do it smoothly without excessive leaning. And in essence, you're doing a one-legged task. You're doing a one-legged press. See, I'm coming up and over. Okay, I'm gently pressing into my hand with the pole. I want to come back and forth, and I want to really think, okay, what am I doing in this kind of a move? I'm only lowering 2 inches, but this is a very important move right there. See that? Take a big breath through the nose. Take it up. See, I went back instead of keeping my knees bent. You're going to do this. That's what I want you to do, actually, because I want you to come out of it. One of the reasons why seniors start falling in these little tiny hiccups, these little tiny missteps, that if we were, when we were younger and kids, they will just pull right out of it. That's the whole trick, pulling back out of a misstep. Okay, that's why one of the reasons that greatly facilitates your walking, your ambulation, your independence is to learn how to use an assistive device. You can call it a cane. If that bothers you, call it a walking pole, calling a trekking pole. I don't care, but you need to get over the fact that when you're walking and using a pole, using a walking stick, right now this is just a This is just an old broom handle. Yes, I'm doing this a lot, okay? Because as I'm coming over and back, I want to try not to use the pole. So that means I have to really be vigilant as I'm stepping over and back. And when you step over, I want you to put your heel first. Yeah, your heel first. And like if I had a magic wand to make all of you stronger, literally in the next 2 weeks, I would take my magic wand and I would say, okay, magic wand, make this person do step overs or step downs. You could go to the bottom of your stairs. And if you want to make it harder, more challenging, then you would do this very thing coming down. Okay? You would come down like that. See that? See, this is just 2 inches. But if I had my other stool, or if I was at the bottom of the stairs, and I would suggest doing it at the bottom of the stairs rather than the top of the stairs. Do I need to point out the obvious? You have a lot less distance to fall at the bottom of the stairs. Okay, now I've gone over and back several times. Now I'm going to switch, and I want something in your hand, in the other hand. See, this one's here now. This was the leg that I had before. Now I'm going to go to my more challenged leg. See this? So now coming down, I have to really think about it. Those of you out there that have multiple joints replaced, especially a hip or a knee, okay, have to really think about this. Number one, many of you, when you're stepping over and back, and I'm doing this as a Mobility Wednesday with more repetition, as if I was taking a walk. Now we're here in Michigan, and I'm not going to take a walk right now because it's raining. But as I come forward, see, it is very easy for me to not use the very muscles that I'm desperate to use, that unless I'm thinking about it, see, I'll just come over here and I'll put my toe first, easy peasy, no problem. But that's not what I want you to do. I want you to drop your shoulders, breathe through your nose, and that means shut your mouth, right? Then when I come over, I want my heel down first, and then I roll into the front leg. Now I want to try to make sure that I can do this. I have my pole here, or I have a wall, or I have a chair that I can put my hand on. And if you weren't coming on this morning and doing every one of these with me that I'm doing right now, I'm telling you, I know you wouldn't do this many. I know that, because you think, oh, that's not too valuable. When I'm on a balance pad such as this one, and I'm really thinking to keep myself in neutral posture, and I'm on my challenged leg, even though this knee is the knee that's replaced, this is the hip that's replaced. And when you get a hip replaced, by virtue of that, you are going to have compromising strength. You're going to have compromising moves. You're going to notice that you're going to wobble more. See how I over leaned right there? So I'm really trying to use this pole to facilitate a more symmetrical step over. Okay, I don't want to drop my shoulder one way or the other. See that? Take breaths through the nose, tight tummy. I'm going to use this, but I'm going to try to not overuse it. So one of the tips I can tell you to not overuse your pole is don't grip it. Use just a few fingers, because seriously, you need to just barely touch it. to help you straighten up. Okay, keep your chin tucked. When you come forward, you're gonna bring your heel down first. So tighten up. Don't lean forward excessively. Some of you have already gotten into this. So shoulders down. I'm barely touching this with a couple of fingers. I'm coming up, I'm coming down. So it's this move right here, this eccentric motion, which is elongating one leg and contracting the other. See that? That move right there. If you've had joint issues, foot issues, knee issues, hip issues, back issues, yeah, you're gonna misstep. So pull back out of it. Okay? Pull back out of it. So what I'm doing is I'm just capitalizing on that step down. And then coming back and coming back and coming back. Nice. Okay. Here's my little bar. I got my tea towel here. Okay. Big deep breath. Drop my shoulders. Gonna go like this. Okay. So you're gonna act like you're shooting pool. All right. Step wide. You're gonna step wide. Number one. We're gonna go ahead and use our little balance pad. So I'm gonna have one leg here, shoot my pool this away, just like that. See the elbow? Okay, if I came to you right now, put my hands on your shoulders. I want to make sure your shoulders are down. You got it? So you're gonna keep the elbow right on that pole, and that pole is under my chin. See, it's not up here, it's under my chin. See that? Yeah, right there. And see here? See how I'm tapping? See how I'm tapping that pad right there? This knee has to be soft. Drop your shoulders, big breaths. Do a tap, and you want to hold that toe up as long as you can. Keep your elbow in contact with your pole. See this? Bent knee, little tapping, and then come down, and then step over here. So here I'm gonna put one leg here. So I'm gonna get my pole going, just like I'm gonna do a high shot in a pool game. My leg is on this side, knee is bent. I get this right under my chin. See that? Then I'm going to lean like I'm trying to get a shot. See that? So I'm trying to get a shot here. I'm gonna lean in there and I'm gonna go tap, 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 tap. Tap with that toe. Try to hold a one-legged balance as long as you can, but then just tap the toe. Elbow is right here on top of the pole, and my hand is way out there on the pole. I'm doing a one-legged challenge here. See? A one-legged stance challenge. And then I bring it down, and then I bring it down, and then I bring it down. Okay? Yes, that you should have gotten your attention. Okay, take your pole. You're gonna put one foot on the little balance pad. Okay, so these are really a good thing to have around, not only for sitting on it when you need it, but for kneeling, and especially to challenge your balance. Okay, so I'm gonna go wide. You know now that if you are struggling with your balance, which many of you will, if you have your foot on this balance pad, you will, then go wider. See that? I didn't turn my foot, I just went wider. So that opens up my base. See that? Big breath. Now I'm going to push into that foot that's in that balance pad. Before I was just tapping it. Okay, now I have full weight on the balance pad. Okay, I have my foot back here. Take a big deep breath, drop your shoulders, drop your chin in. You're leaning out now. Okay, we're gonna bring that bar right here. We're gonna go to the side, then to the side. Pay close attention to where your shoulders are. Are you overusing that back toe? You want to try your best to be very light on that back toe. Take a big breath. Keep your chin tucked. See, we're doing the very same thing as we did just a while ago with our elbow right above the pole. Do not overuse that back toe. See? So we have full pressure on that front leg that's on the balance pad. My elbows are floating right above the bar. Really keep that front leg soft in the knee. Drop your shoulders right now. Drop your shoulders. Try your best to pick up that back toe. Try, just try. Not very far. Just release it from the floor. See? Just release it. Take a breath. Just release it. Take a breath. I can only make it a couple of seconds, couple of counts. Drop your shoulders. Breath. And come back. Okay? We're going to switch, but before we do that, this hip should have been heating up. I know it. So, push your toe out. See? It just releases all that pressure. So one of the best things you can possibly do to help your balance is what we're doing right now. One-legged challenges, having a safety net, and challenging yourself to constantly change the directions of your arms. That right there is going to constantly pull you off and back. Think about things you do. Think about any kind of sports. I would say especially like skiing and stuff like that. Okay. If you want to help your balance, get yourself on a board like this. Yes, and do all kinds of one-legged challenges. So, again, watch the setup. Always shoulders down, breathing through the nose. Yes, rib cage up. That's just solid, okay? Bend your knee. This is going to be my challenge leg, okay? I have my toe just barely touching in the back. Okie dokie. So I'm going to bring these up. I'm going to keep my knees soft here. Drop my shoulders. And I'm going to try my best to just release the toe. See, I'm not lifting the leg. I'm just trying to release the toe. As I work with this upper body challenge, keep your knee soft. It's on the pad. Keep it soft. You're going to want to lock it. Don't do that. Don't go fast. Just like that. And then if I added a turning of your head to this whole one-legged challenge thing with my elbows up, wow, that changes everything again. And I'm trying really hard to challenge this weaker hip to this whole work here. Okay, keep your toes open, don't grip. Take a big breath, shoulders down, shoulders down. Try to bring that toe off the ground. You're going to catch yourself. Yes, you are. Breath, 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 breath. 3, 2, 1, and come off. That should have gotten your attention in your supporting leg. Big time. I know it. Okay, step wide. Take a big deep breath. Turn that toe out. Release all that tension. Okay, now, I don't know, I didn't hear from anybody about sore muscles from Friday, but I probably have some sore muscles out there in your quads. Yes, we did some challenges with our quad in a split stance lunge, going back into a backward lunge. So let's get down into some of those muscles. So what are we gonna do? Here's my bar, number one. When I'm standing up here, if I wanna push anything one way or the other with my legs very straight, I will push my hips forward. See, I will just push my hips forward. That right there will help your back tremendously to have less pain and better motion, okay? Then I'll come back out of it. I'll come down, 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 down. I'm gonna put the bar right here on the pad, and I'm gonna put my hands right across the bar. I'm gonna push back into my heels, push down as far as I can, bring those hands up with the bar, and bring it back down. Now push into the heels, up, and back down. Push into your heels, up, and back down with that extended arm. Keep my chin tucked. Go way back into the heels. We're gonna do one more. And we're gonna come up, just like that. So that wasn't all the way down fold, but it was a good fold, okay? Now we're gonna do a little transverse. So what does that mean? That means I'm going to pivot. I'm gonna actually pivot around the ball of my foot. So my knees are soft, my shoulders are down, my toes are forward. This one doesn't move. This one does. That's a pivot, okay? The ability for us to pivot is a really important ability, a skill that we have to keep practicing, because as you're turning, and this is used a lot in dancing, Julia can tell you that, a pivot, and that's one of the reasons why you have to have special dance shoes, because you want to be able to slide. Okay, well, you have to be able to handle that sliding motion, or you're going to be flat on your face in the floor. So it's a pivot, turn all the way around. Drop your shoulders, come back, pivot all the way around, drop your shoulders, take a breath through your nose, and then come back. So when I come back to this stance, my knees are soft, my rib cage is up. I don't want to be leaning or hunkering over, okay? So I'm going to pivot again. So anybody that's had issues with your feet, whether it's a dropped toe, whether it's a plantar fasciitis, whether it's an arthritis, you have an increased ability, you have an increased chance of losing balance and falling, because you have an impaired ability to use your feet, your toes in a pivoting type of a way. Okay, so this is a really good thing to go through barefooted, and you're putting pressure back and forth on both legs. Keep your rib cage up. Take a big deep breath and a big deep breath. And don't hurry this, and don't just do 3 and quit. Really move back and forth, side to side. It's an excellent move to do, okay? Now, I am going to use my little weighted ball and my little chair. Okay. See, I have a couple of these pads, and I use them all the time. So I'm thinking you can see what I'm doing. I'll go this way. How's that? That better? Okay, so what am I going to do? I'm going to take this ball, And I'm gonna come right here into a knee. I'm gonna come up. I'm gonna come right here into a knee, okay? If there are those of you out there that were with me on Monday, and you are finding you're having a little soreness, that's really good. I'm glad. Don't overuse a sore muscle. So we're gonna go halfway, we come up. We go halfway, we come up. So as you're doing this move, really scrutinize your pattern of motion. When you're down here, where is your pressure in your feet? Should be in your heels. Your back should be very extended. Chin is tucked, neither up nor hanging down. Drop your shoulders. I've got a 6-pound weighted ball. That's it. Then I'm going to come up with it, put it right here at the sternum, go right back into heels, and right here. Big breath, heels, get my chin tucked, and right here. And then heels. Drop my hips right here, okay? Now we're gonna take it from this side to this side. See that? So it's gonna go press and press. Press and press. So this could be your free weights if you don't have a weighted ball. It could be a can of food. It could be almost anything. See, I'm going from side to side. This is a very functional motion, but it's a motion that if you put a little weight in your hands, can give you a little problem. Okay, so check this out. Now I'm gonna come here. I'm gonna open those hands. So I did all of that to prep for this one. Are you ready? Number one, I'm pressing into this side, okay? Don't drop your shoulder. Reach all the way up. Bring her down. Shift. See, I want you to shift into all 4 corners of your foot right now. Say rib cage up. And I want to go up with it, okay? Now I'm leaning into all 4 corners of my foot, and I've got a 6-pound ball. Now I'm gonna shift. So there's that very all-important maneuvering of shifting balance, and then I'm gonna take that ball up, bring her back down, shift, all the way up. Careful, if you have a tricky shoulder or a delicate shoulder, just go to here. It should not give you trouble. I'm going to the full move with a gentle weight. Don't drop your shoulder, just to see how your movement pattern is. Okay, tight tummy, big breath. You're in all 4 corners of your foot. And you're doing hinging moves, and then you're doing a press move. Very, very functional moves. Here we go. Shift. Don't drop your shoulder. Come back. Don't drop. Yeah, keep symmetry from one shoulder to the other. Now bring both hands here. Bring this ball right here and drop it over your head, and then bring it back down, okay? Again, this is 6 pounds for me. You could ball up this tea towel if you have tricky shoulders and do the same thing. I just want something in your hands, okay? So here's my ball. So I'm setting into my feet. My rib cage is up. Take big breaths through your nose. I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna drop that ball right down over my head, and my elbows are both pointing forward, and I'm gonna bring it up and around. Your shoulders should be able to go through that full range. The shoulder is the most mobile unit or joint in your body. And we have trouble because we have moved incorrectly. We've had injuries. We did too much, did too little. So see, I'm coming right down here with a very light weight. Then I'm gonna come up and over and back, okay? Now, for those of you out there who has ever played ball, I don't care what it is, soccer ball, basketball, baseball, pretend this is a softball, a baseball, or a basketball, okay? So I'm gonna bring that up right here. I'm gonna look right underneath the little keyhole, see? So I can aim one side or the other. And I'm gonna bring it down here, which you wouldn't do generally. And I'm gonna bring it out and down, okay? So again, this is weighted. You could have a very light ball or no ball. You could just have like something like a tea towel. So as you're doing this, you're standing your ground, your knees are soft, and you're a tiny bit hip hinged. See, whenever I come up, my elbows are forward, and I want to touch the back of my neck. I'm going to act like I'm going to throw the ball, and then I'm going to come back in. So right here on this move is where a lot of people lose it because they're flaring their elbows, they're arching their back funny. So replay this, take a big deep breath. You're gonna bring that ball, that item, right here in front of your face. Then you're gonna go on top of your head, and I'm looking right past my elbows, and I'm gonna come right down here, and then I'm gonna come up and all the way down. So in order to support that whole move, you've got to have a lot of core work. You're using all your lats. You're using your whole shoulder girdle. So I'm going to bring it up again. And I'm going to go boom. As if I were going to throw it. Take a big breath through the nose. All four corners of your feet. Boom. Really like you were going to throw it. Really tighten it on your tummy. We're going to do it 3 more times. Stay with me. Okay, if it bothers your shoulder to do that complete motion, don't use any weight at all. Just hang on to your hands like this. Keep your elbows in position, okay? B, if it's bothering you at all, just understand there's something amiss. And our goal is to get full functional range of motion without pain. And so you've got to step back and don't use any weight if it's bothering you, okay? Try to do one arm at a time. That's another way to do this move. So my knees are soft, my tummy is super tight, my elbows are in. See, I'm turning so you can see what I'm doing. Then I'm gonna come and act like I'm gonna throw it. So that takes a lot of core, shoulder, and back. Right here. Duh. Breath. Oh, I think I said 3 more. Okay. Okay. We'll just leave it at that. How's that? All right, here's my little intercept here. So if you have a chair that you're working with, address the chair. If you have some item that you can hang on to, such as I have right here, so this is a post. This thing is not moving, okay? It could be a side of a piano. It could be a door frame. You're gonna lace your fingers and you're gonna pull back and you're gonna push, you're gonna dig in with your heels and you're gonna really push your butt back there, okay? You're gonna dig in with your heels, you're gonna really let your shoulders come out. Then on the way up, you're gonna round your shoulders and then come back in. Take a big deep breath, round your shoulders, and then come back in. Round your shoulders, and then stand up. Yay. Okay, here's our little chair. Now, you're gonna put your hands in the chair, okay? You're gonna step back and keep your, this is our classic move that if you don't do any other moves, if you're doing a one-legged challenge, like we did the whole first part of this class, then drop into this one and you'll be good to go, okay? So I did a lot of shoulder mobility with a light weighted ball. Drop my shoulders, straight leg, try to get your heel down. Then bend your knee, then push it back, okay? Bend your knee, then push it back. So you're doing what's called a calf pump. So it's right here. Drop that chin, take a big deep breath. Yes, and so you don't want to do this really hard. This should feel really good to you. Just a really good stretch, not a hard stretch. So it's a bent knee, it's dropping my shoulders, and it's pressing that heel down. Take a big breath, take a big breath, take a big breath. Yes, hang in there. Okay, now straighten the front leg. Okay, both legs are straight now. Now you're gonna crawl your hands out and get down to your elbows with your toe in the front, up. Okay, keep your chin tucked. Keep that toe up and then press it down and then pull it back up. So keep your shoulders down, breathing in through the nose. Pull that toe up, count 1001, 1002, 1003. Press the toe down. Bring it back up, 1001, 1002, 1003. Put it back down. One more. Here we go. Up, 1001, 1002, 1003. Put it back down. Bend that knee. Come back. And right now, you want to push yourself back again. See, I'm not really pulling against this because this chair is a movable object, but I am getting great benefit by pushing my butt back, stretching my arms forward. Take a big deep breath through your nose, then come back down. Bring your knee up on your hands. Step back as far as you can. Drop your shoulders. Drop your shoulders. And you're stepped back far enough that you're trying to put your heel down and you're feeling a really good stretch through your calf. Then you're just going to roll into the ball of the foot, bend that knee, and then push the heel down. Keep it straight, then it's bent. And you want to work this for just a little bit. So if you find yourself sitting a lot, doing this move, which is called this is a classic calf pump. It's helping so that your circulation in your feet and your lower legs will work. Okay, so it's just a bend of the knee. Keep your chin tucked and then press that heel down, okay? And do it several times. Really work the back of that leg, see? So that you feel a good stretch all the way underneath your foot and down. So after you felt pretty flexed through that move, then it's time to drop your shoulders again. Then it's time to straighten the front leg and pull the toe back in the front leg. So now you're straight and you're straight. Now you're going to drop that toe in the front. When you pull it up, Do it several times before you go lower. Some of you may not be able to go lower. That's okay. This work right here, this is such a valuable move to get your ankles and your foot more mobile, more flexible, and stronger. See that toe lift and press? Yeah, toe lift and press. Okay, now go down to your elbows if possible. Pull that toe right up, and you're gonna get a big old stretch right under that front leg. Pull that toe up and then drop it. Pull that toe up and drop. Pull the toe up and drop. Take a big deep breath, bend that knee, bring that knee forward, and get ready to release and come back up. Nice. Okie dokie, turn right around and have a sit down. Right there, okay? Right there on your little pad, see that? Now, I have longer legs. So if I'm sitting on this 2-inch pad, this makes it so that I can swing my legs. See that? So that's what I want to do. I want to swing my legs, just like that. You can achieve this very, very valuable leg motion anytime you want to in your little house by using this little 2-inch lifter. See that? Yes, it depends on, you know, how tall your chair is anyway. However, once you're up here, then what I want you to do is scoot your little butt to the front a little, because I want to open back. Because now I want my tummy muscles, my back muscles, all my core muscles to be working on this. Okay? So here I am with my toes in dorsiflexion, and I can just bring them and just do a tap down, 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 a tap down. See that? Now I'm going to point my toes. I'm barely touching back here. Tight, tight, tight. Take a big deep breath through the nose. So you're going to go point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex. Just change it all around. You don't have to worry about when it's doing anything. Just keep breathing and do a point, flex, point, flex. And that's just coming from the hip. Okay? So I'm bending very little at my knee. Okay? This is all from here. Okay? Take a big deep breath. Yeah, just like that. Now I'm going to come and bend at the knee. Okay? But before I do that, I'm going to pull my toes way under me. Really far. Okay? Way under there. You got it? Now I'm going to sit up tall, rib cage up, and I'm going to go up and back from the knee. Now, while I'm doing that, we're going to bring those arms back here. And I want the back part of my deltoid right here to touch my chair on both sides. I know it. Keep your chin tucked. Bring your hands so that they're right above the elbow. And this is touching. Got it? Now you're going to come down and just tap that heel. So keep open. Keep your shoulders down. Big breath. See, I'm not going real fast. Yeah, I want to squeeze that muscle when I come up and back. Keep your hands open. Shoulders down. Big breath. Here we go. Squeeze. Yes. Take a breath. It's a tap, 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 tap. Yes. Bring those hands in. I know it. Bring them back. Thumbs up. Yeah, thumbs up. Open, open. And you're going to come really far down. Really down here. And then come back in. So take a big breath. Come all the way down from the hip hinge. And then come back. Take a big deep breath. All the way forward. And then come back. You should feel the groin. Now, take my hands. Put them right back behind the head. And I want you to push your head back while your hands are pushing forward. So it's a push-pull. Yeah, I'm just gonna hang out here for a second and swing your legs. Push-pull with your chin and neck. Open, open, open with the elbows. Drop your shoulders. Swing your legs. Big breath. This should feel really good. Keep doing that push-pull. Keep your chin tucked. Breath, 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 breath. And bring it back down and bring it back down. Reach down, reach back. When you come down, and see, I didn't say one thing. I just went down and I tapped down. So I have to go 2 more inches in order to tap down. Some of you are going to round your back. Don't do that, okay? But I know you're going to, and that's okay. I'm just calling you on it. See, I'm going to go way open here, chin tucked. Then I'm going to come all the way down. I'm going to hip hinge through the hip. And I'm going to get down there, put my hands all the way down. Then I'm going to come up. If I need to, I'll put my hands here and come up and open my hands out again. Okay? Then I'm going to reach this way, across, keep my chin tucked. Then I'm going to reach this way. Grab, turn, and tuck. Take a big deep breath and come back. Stand up. Big breath. Now, I want you to soften your knees, shoulders down. You have nothing around you except if you know you struggle with balance, always, when you're going to do these little challenges, make sure that you're where you can put your hand on a chair or a wall. So now, after doing that whole balance postural tune-up, now I'm going to challenge my one-legged standing ability for as long as I feel I can. And somebody will always say, well, how long am I supposed to hold it for? And what will be my answer? Well, how long can you hold it for? So I have this here because this is my challenge leg, because this is my hip replacement. Okay, so I'm trying to do this as a freestanding challenge, but you always have safety measures. Shift, see that? Bend the knee. Then you're going to tap the toe. Get that weight into this leg. Big breath. Then you're going to bring that up. And you're going to try to challenge yourself to do this one-legged balance, standing on both legs. And you know which one's going to give you the troubles. Try not to scrunchie up your toes. Drop your shoulders. Big breath. There I went. So, I don't know about you, but I did that much better at the end of class than I did it at the beginning of class. I hope it helps.